So another thing my wife and I noticed when we lived in the group home, we saw that there are a lot of delinquent children. But in life, we see that there are a lot more delinquent parents. What do I mean by this? For example, if fathers aren't obeying the Lord, honey, pack your bags, we're moving out of the group home.
Did God tell you to move out of the group home?
I see, why you gotta go and bother God about this? He didn't tell me I couldn't.
But did he give you a yes?
He didn't tell me no. You know, I can't be dealing with this. I'm coming into this thinking it's gonna be Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. This is Gangsta's Paradise, South Park. This is The Simpsons. Y'all acting like a bunch of teenage mutant ninja niggas. And wives don't submit to their husbands as God commands in Ephesians 5:24 and 1 Peter 3:1-6. Then we can't expect children to obey their parents. The first reason they will not be obedient is because our children aren't eating. Oh, they're eating their daily bread now. They're eating bread and chicken, fried bologna and okra, but their spirits look like me in 7th grade. Skinny, malnourished, unfed. The Bible commands us not to live off bread alone, but off of every word that comes from the mouth of God. I'd even say that we should treasure the words of his mouth more than our necessary food. Eat the word, man. Put salt on it. Children they just must have a daily diet of the word of God. And can I say that a little devotional each morning won't cut it? I'm talking chapters and books. If not, they immediately adjust their eyesight and insight on the material things of this world. Okay, I challenge you. Challenge to only eat physical food after you've eaten spiritual food first. Oh, then I challenge you to only eat an equivalent portion of physical food as you've eaten in spiritual food prior. Some of y'all gonna lose weight quick. If you've eaten a chapter's worth of spiritual food, then hey, go ahead on and pig out with your spiritually fat behind. The second reason I've seen that children aren't obedient, let's be honest, is because parents don't require it. The Lord said, train up a child, teach them diligently. A child left to himself brings his mother shame. Discipline your children, for in this there is hope. Do not be a willing party to their death. Do not withhold discipline from a child. It says if you punish them with a rod, they ain't gonna die. They'll be alright. With that bootay. I have a friend in Africa, Uganda to be exact. And when he comes to the States, he's always saying, Stephen, I can't believe how these children, they disrespect their parents. And I'm like, y'all don't have that problem in Uganda? And he was like, oh no, we still have the rod. Happy is the young person whose parents instill godly character and require respect and obedience. Okay, the third reason children won't obey their parents is because parents allow them to be subjected to influences that teach lawlessness against God's law, disobedience, and lack of trust in God. What am I talking about? School, public, private, and unfortunately Christian schools. One reason we fought to take the boys out of public school, we fought to homeschool because during the school year, the behaviors were increasingly rowdy and unruly despite all of the God that they were getting at home. And this was a complete transformation from when they were home all day with us during the summer. We felt that the majority of their day should not be spent in the counsel of the ungodly and the seat of mockers, because we know how true it is that bad company will corrupt good morals. Children are a blessing from the Lord. That is absolutely true given that they are raised in the fear of the Lord. Otherwise, you have wasted your time, energy, and money, because if they are not, most likely they'll grow up to be monsters instead of men. Just having a bunch of children can feel like a curse, but making a bunch of disciples will always be a blessing. My wife and I encourage you to obey the scriptures and don't follow the world when it comes to raising your children. One thing that holds true for all of us is that we need to saturate our lives with Bible reading individually and as a family. And no matter what else the Lord has given us to do, it will always be prosperous and we will have good success. So hey, look, don't be offended. Don't be offended. That's just me. I guess I'm just peculiar people. What's up, peculiar people? We hope you enjoyed that episode. This episode on obedience was inspired by the book 10 Peas and a Pie. I can't say enough about this book. It's literally changed my life. The book reads as quite an adventure of the Pent family who follow quite a peculiar path of what many have described as the first modern homeschool family. Arnold Pent Jr. and his wife took their 8 children out of public school and began a 1,000,000-mile journey together across the U.S. and Canada. Along the way, they presented their gospel message in churches, schools, and wherever they had the opportunity. What was key to the family's daily practice was an in-depth Bible reading, study, and memorization. This is a phenomenal true story for those interested in home education, family discipleship, and/or evangelism. This large family put Jesus first, and this whole book is a testimony of what doing just that has done for them and can do for you.